Hello students, I hope you all are fine at your home. So let us begin once again. This is class 10th, subject English, chapter 7th of First Flight book. We have already done first to 6th chapter of First Flight book. So today we are going to start this 7th chapter, Glimpses of India. This chapter has 3 parts. So today we will start part 1. Part 1 is A Baker from Goa. And this part is written by Lucio Rodrigues, and this is my lecture 1. So let us begin. Topics to be covered today. First of all, we shall read introduction of the author, then chapter sketch. After that, introduction of the chapter. Then we shall read the overview of the chapter, A Baker from Goa. And after that, after overview of the chapter, we shall read chapter highlights, and at last we shall discuss homework. So these are the topics that today we are going to cover. Introduction of the author. Author is Lucio Rodrigues. So Lucio Rodrigues was a great Konkani essayist. Konkani is a language. He wrote several articles in English and Konkani to various periodicals and magazines. Means he used both language, English and Konkani. The element of humor is prevalent in his writing. His writing had been more effective. His essays and translation were published under the title Soil and Sol and Konkani Folk Tales. So this is the introduction. Now chapter sketch. The chapter Glimpses of India. This is our 7th chapter from First Flight book. This chapter consists of 3 parts. First part is A Baker from Goa, that is written by Lucio Rodrigues. Second part is Coorg. This is written by Lokesh Abrol. And third part is Tea from Assam. And this part is written by Arup Kumar Datta. So today we are going to start A Baker from Goa. The first part is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker or padder who still has an important place in Goan culture, although the Portuguese have left India long back. Pen portrait, it means describing in words about a person in such a way that its picture is framed in our mind. So this chapter is complete description of a traditional Goan village baker. The whole chapter revolves around Goan baker, and those bakers were also called padder. The second part is a pen portrait of Coorg. Coorg or Kodagu, it is the smallest district of Karnataka, and it is famous for evergreen rainforest, spices and coffee plantation. And the third part, that is Tea from Assam. It is about the tea plantations in Assam. Tea from Assam is an interesting story about tea, its history and significance. And in this story we get a glimpse of the tea plantation of Assam. Glimpses of India. This is the name of 7th chapter and first part is A Baker from Goa. Now let us read its introduction. A Baker from Goa revolves around the relevance of a baker in the Goan culture, which dates back to the time when Portuguese ruled over the city of Goa. The Portuguese who live in Goa are famous for preparing the loaves of bread, and this business is still in practice in Goa. So this chapter is a pan portrait of a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in his society. The Portuguese may have left, but the bread makers continue to have an inevitable stature. In this story, the author recalls his childhood days and their excitement on seeing the baker. They were enthusiastic to the point that they would run to him as soon as they woke up without even brushing their teeth. They means children. At that time, children were very excited to see the baker, and as soon as the baker reached, they woke up without even brushing their teeth. So this was introduction of the chapter. Now let us discuss overview of this chapter. Bread making. First head is bread making in Goa. So as we have already read that this part, A Baker from Goa, is a description about Goan bakers, traditional Goan village bakers, who is still remembered by Goans. Bread making started from the Portuguese days, means this profession started when there were Portuguese in Goa. So they were the lovers of bread. Portuguese loved bread. So bread making was an art which needed perfection. So still they hold an important place in the society, and even the elders still remember about the old Portuguese days and the loaves of bread of Goa. Mixing, molding and baking were the areas of specialization of making a bread. The loaves were baked in time-tested furnaces, and those time-tested furnaces still exist. This profession has been continued by the baker's descendants, means fathers may have gone, but still the sons are going with the same profession. The author's childhood days recalled. So during the childhood of the author, the baker was considered to be his friend, companion and guide. So he used to come to his house at least twice a day. So the writer remembers his childhood days when the baker used to be their friend, companion and guide. He used to visit twice a day, once in the morning during his selling hours when he started to sell his loaves as well as bread bangles, and then again while returning after selling all his bread. Means the bakers used to visit twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. The jingling thud of the bamboo he carried woke them up in the morning, and they ran to meet and greet him. Means the sound of bamboo that the baker carried woke the children up in the morning, and all children ran to meet and greet him. Children ran for getting the bread bangles, which were a specially made sweet bread. Actually, The children ran to meet him and get bread bangles as they loved bread bangles, means bread in the shape of bangles. Next heading is delivering the loaves. As the baker came, he would call out the lady of the house and wish her good morning. The children would be pushed aside and the loaves would be delivered to the maid servant. As the children were very excited, they ran towards the baker, but they were pushed aside and the bread loaves were delivered to the maid servant, means the children were not given those loaves. The author recalls the aroma, means smell, fragrance of loaves that filled the air. The children wouldn't even brush their teeth and ate bangles made of bread with tea, means children were very excited to have bread bangles and they were so excited that they did not even brush their teeth. Importance of bread in traditional ceremonies. The various kinds of bread were very important for all occasions. No marriage was complete until and unless the traditional bowl was served, means without bowl marriage was incomplete. So on each occasion there in Goa, bread was considered to be very important. So we can say that without bread, any party or feast loses its charm in Goa. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. The lady of the house prepared sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement, and bolines, cakes and bolines would be prepared for Christmas and other festivals, means cakes and bolines are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. Bread was very important in Goa and still it has an important place. Now let us discuss the baker's dress. The bakers used to wear a particular dress. The baker was usually dressed in a kabai, means that dress was known as the kabai. It was a long frock reaching down to the knees or a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. So two kinds of dresses they used to wear. In the Portuguese days, bakers used to wear this peculiar dress known as kabai. It was a single piece long frock, and when the author was young, he saw the bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length and longer than half pant. Even today, if anyone dares to go out in the streets wearing half pants, he is referred to as a padder, means baker. Bread making a profitable profession. Bread making was a profitable profession. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month, means monthly accounts were maintained on the wall with a pencil. All the accounts were written on some wall in the premises with a pencil. It was a profitable profession. During those days, because Portuguese were lovers of fresh baked loaves. They led a happy and contented life, and the baker, his family members, and his servants looked prosperous and happy. Their prosperity and happy life can be seen from their plump physique. They were very healthy and prosperous. This is the sign that this baking profession is very profitable. Now, chapter highlights. What have we read in this chapter? This is given. A baker from Goa is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker. This I have already told you. They still hold an important place in the society, and even the elders of Goa are nostalgic about those good old Portuguese days. And the loaves of bread means the elders of Goa still think fondly of the past. So the Portuguese in Goa were lovers of bread. Those eaters of bread have now gone, but its makers still exist. During the childhood days of the narrator, a baker used to be their friend, companion, and guide. The baker came twice a day, once in the morning and again while returning home after finishing his selling, means once in the morning and once in the evening. The jingling thud of the baker's bamboo woke up the sleeping children, means the thud and jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo heralds his arrival, means announced his arrival in the morning, and the loaves were delivered to the servants of the house, means the children were not given those loaves were delivered to the maids of the house. The children would peep into the baker's basket for the bread bangles. Children loved bread bangles, so they were very excited and they used to peep into the baker's basket because they wanted to have the bread bangles. The children would eat bread with hot tea. Even they did not brush their teeth, and without caring for their even toothbrush, the children started eating loaves of bread with tea. The marriages were considered incomplete without the popular bowl bread, means without bowl, that was the sweet bread. Marriage gifts were meaningless. On each occasion, bread was considered to be very important. And on the occasion of the engagement of daughter, the lady of the house prepared sandwiches, and bolines was a must during Christmas and all other festivals. So cakes and bolines are a must for Christmas and other festivals. The bakers wore a particular knee-length frock known as kabai. So now baker's dress is discussed here. The baker used to wear a peculiar dress. It was known as the kabai, and it was a single piece long frock up to the knees, and this dress was worn by them in the Portuguese days, but when the author was young, the bakers wore a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length and longer than half pants. Now, their profitable profession. Baking was considered a profitable profession. Monthly accounts were maintained on the wall with a pencil. They led a happy and contented life, and their prosperity and happy life can be seen from their plump physique. Means bakers had a plump physique, testifying to this that they that baking was a profitable profession, and the bakers collected their bills at the end of the month. So these are the chapter highlights of a baker from Goa, and this chapter is a complete description, a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker. Now let us discuss your homework. You have to read the chapter A Baker from Goa from your First Flight book and find out the answers of the following questions. First question is, what are the elders in Goa nostalgic about? Means what did they remember about past? Second is bread making still popular in Goa? How do you know? Question third, what is the baker called? Question fourth, when would the baker come every day? And why did the children run to meet him? So these are the questions. Now next. Question fifth is match the following. What is a must as marriage gifts, for a party or a feast, for a daughter's engagement, for Christmas? Here it is given cakes and bolinas, sweet bread called bol, bread, and sandwiches. And last question is, what did the bakers wear in the Portuguese days and when the author was young? So do your homework and send me the snapshots of homework on my email ID, and I hope you have understood what I have been taught to you. If you like our videos, please press like button and subscribe our channel. Thank you.